Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we were last left off, we defeated the super boss. That was certainly a fight, and I have some additional thoughts on the fight, specifically the first half. So, fighting every enemy in the game? That's actually an interesting idea. Fighting every boss in the game? Also an interesting idea. But doing both and immediately following that with a super boss, that's a bit much. Like, can you imagine if I had lost that fight and had to go through those gauntlets all over again? Because you gotta remember, when this game came out, save states were not an option. On the bright side, I didn't need save states, but I also got really lucky. Anyway, it is time for us to move on to the second final dungeon. We are going to switch over to Geralki'm's team. That's actually going to be interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to this. Well, here we are. Be warned, things have changed a lot in 3 years. Especially now that the storm is here. Yeah, I'm not concerned. You shouldn't be, because this is New King Plus. Your allies are going to be over-leveled at this point. What about you? Level 30? So this is in fact a different version of Geralki'm than the version from earlier in the game. What equipment do you got? Oh, I just remembered something. Hold on, I'm gonna load state. Because I don't know if it's going to be necessary, but let's go ahead and take off your accelerator and also Terog's accelerator. So as I was saying, you have a War Claw, which is definitely a stronger version of the weapon you had before. Apparently, in the intermittent time, you've gotten better at using claws. In fact, you're able to strike twice. You are a better monster now. Let's see here. You, and you. So, let's see here. We got ourselves some new equipment. We got a new weapon from a rare drop for Bes'thal. That would be the Destiny Claw. He's got the Barbarian to start with here, power of 60, and the Destiny Claw has a power of 85. However, we got a really nice prize from the super boss. The Flow Orb, a weapon that can be equipped by anybody, and with a massive attack of 700. Hits double and all enemies. And in addition to that, Bes'thal has a job class that allows him to attack twice. Gets an extra attack with one of his weapons. Now, I don't think it applies to both of his hands. It might actually only apply to his second hand, but we'll find out. Regardless, it's still a double attack against all enemies for, I'd say at least 350 points of damage. So that's going to be awesome. What is everybody's speed? Your agility is 150. Others are definitely faster than you. So we're going to go ahead and give you one of the accelerators. That's probably going to be good enough, actually. If not, I'll go ahead and do some swapping. Also going to give everyone a heat wall. Oh, you got a time belt. Huh. Yeah, we'll swap out that. And we'll give you a heat wall, and you're slow, so have an accelerator as well. And you're just going to remain naked otherwise. By the way, before coming to the final dungeon, I did some level grinding with Northwind, Soul Mist, and Bes'thal. Got them leveled up a bit because they were lagging behind. It's also why Fantax was at such a high level, because Fantax had to be on the team during the level grinding. In the process, got a couple of new spells. Northwind has learned Omega Ice at level 30. 220 ice damage against all enemies. And Bes'thal has learned Grand Gale. 155 damage against a group. Gonna be a wind attack. Incidentally, it's interesting that two Mediomancers, wound up inheriting wind powers. Alright, into the final dungeon, number 2. I'm gonna save. And just in case, I'm swapping over to this file. Oh, I just remembered. Geralki'm is going to have some spells as well, being a later version. So what do you got here? Stone Throw and Quake, those were your base attacks. Bury, attack debuff of 25. Triple Breath, 22 damage against a group. I'm going to assume that all of these spells were possible for you to learn if we were to level grind you at the start of the game. A process that would take forever. Shadow, agility plus 40 for one character. Giga Breath, 75 damage against a group. Total Dark, agility plus 90 for one person. That's a nice buff, actually. Boulder Toss, 110 damage against a single enemy. Grand Crake, 65 damage against all. And Geralki'm spells are non-elemental, by the way. You have Engulf, same as Fantax. And that's it for now. I'm going to assume that if you were to reach level 33, you would learn another spell. Much like Fadun does. Okay, let's go ahead and test some stuff out. Let's go ahead and first test out your new spell. You got Omega Ice. You're just here for support. And I mean, I could test out this attack right now, but no, let's actually take a look at Grand Gale. I think a lot of the enemies here will resist it, but worth trying out once. No, they didn't resist it. Cool. I don't appreciate the debuff. Now Geralki'm won't get her full strength in. But the debuff was 25, so it only dropped her attack by 12.5. So she would have caused around 110 damage. Oh hey! Another Axe of Mu! Apparently you can get those from those enemies as well. That ain't worth it. Oh boy, okay, yeah, this fight we're going to go ahead and try out Bes'thal's thing. Oh, it's a freaking gun! Well, don't know yet whether he can strike 3 times with it, but this is gonna be great. Especially on a certain fight later on. Oh yeah, this section. So I now know that the key to getting through this section is to go into the shadows. I wound up avoiding the shadows during my initial run for the most part. Okay, being blasted on the way to a shadow is annoying. it appears to me that the shadow is on the wall here. Unless it's over grass, but it looks like that's more wall. I'm going to assume that Bes'thal is not going to need more than 2 attacks to get rid of the majority of the enemies here. However, Bes'thal is still needing some extra speed apparently. So, here's what I'm going to do for the moment. You can have the extra accelerator, which is being carried by Geralki'm. Geralki'm, take off the accelerator. Have, I don't know, have some evasion, I guess. And accelerator for you. That should ensure that you're going to get the first turn. At least compared to enemies. Yep, there we go. Aha! Okay, well, thanks to that miss, we do in fact know that, yes, Bes'thal is getting a second hit. And it's from the second hit. It's a 2-hit weapon, and the second hit gets a second hit. Also, Geralki'm got a power at level 31. Alright, cool. What you got? Oh, you got Mega Quake now. So all of these are blowing down. Okay, I'm going to create a save state here. I finally have an opportunity to find out what these things are capable of. I am almost out of save state slots. Everybody, just guard. Give them a chance to do stuff. Well, you can cast confusion on everybody. And that was your undoing. Alright, this spot right here. So, because of the earlier traps, I wound up assuming that stepping in the shadow here would avoid more traps. But then I fell down a hole, and it's like, okay, what would have happened had I gone around here and gone up there? However, I'm betting that all of this is actually a hole. Yep, sure enough. So there's actually no getting around to that gray area. Gosh, that's some good damage. And oh, so satisfying against those enemies. Not to mention being able to go first. That is super helpful. Oh, level 32, another new power for Geralki'm. I can't remember, did Fadoon learn a new spell every level? I gotta love it whenever the new spell is somewhere in the middle of the list. I'm going to assume Omega Breath. 160 damage against a group. Okay, here's these things again. I'm going to guard again, and oh gosh, it just occurred to me that with Bes'thal's weapon, if Bes'thal had actually hit ourselves instead of the portal rocks, would have actually killed ourselves. One shot. Okay, I can also silence. Resist power. Reflect power. Reflect in RPG Maker, by the way, is overpowered. It does not wear out. Even if you try casting Dispel to get rid of it, It reflects the dispel. I'm pretty sure these things might have some other sort of affliction, some sort of touch status perhaps, but I'm kind of done with them. Also, new Geralki'm, or new power for Geralki'm again. Meteor Toss. She now has Meteor Toss. And that was a misstep. Okay, how was I supposed to handle that? Step up like that, I guess? And up here, another world song. So typically in battle, only one person can use a world song at a time. It is considered used up, even if it can't actually be used up. But now we have two of them, so if I wanted to, I could in fact have two people use this world song. It's not super powerful, only heals 40, 50 HP, one of the two. Still though, it is an option in case I needed an extra heal. I will not need an extra heal. I think you straight up have to... Yeah, you straight up have to take damage in order to get to this item. Thank you, World Song. I think at this point it's safe to say the Geralki'm is no longer learning any stuff. I just had an idea. So here's the entrance. The lava is frozen. Oh, but the treasure chest that was sitting here is no longer here, because this is technically a different map. The swords can still zap us. I had a feeling that that would happen. And that is why I created a save state before testing that. I'm betting that the same thing would happen at their staircase here. No, that one's actually programmed correctly. What about the entrance? I can't remember if we're allowed to leave or not. We can't turn back now. There we go. Alright, time for this. And oh boy, if there's a reason why I wanted to give Bes'thal that weapon, it was this. We meet again. It has been a long time. The master taught us a few new tricks. Now, prepare to die. As an aside, I'm definitely glad that we didn't have to fight the Gareth and Meryl souls alongside Juxtapose in that boss gauntlet. Alright, just... Actually, hit hard. 120... 260, we'll go with that. And... destroy. And Bes'thal, you do your thing. Wow, even with the attack buff, that other soul has defense out the wazoo. Meanwhile, Bes'thal's other weapon, the one that he's got grafted into his arm, is still weak. You know what? Shoulda did make a quake. And continue doing your thing, Bes'thal. Thank you. Boy, that, magic resistance spell. Well, it's not going to resist a burn. But it does apparently resist Narrow Soul. Like, wow. There we go. And with Juxtapose satisfactory... satisfactory... That was nice. But with Juxtapose taken care of, it is time to move on to the final bosses.